Dun 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 dun. What is up, y'all? Philly Fly Show. Check your kid checking in here, kicking in at Right Way Production Studios, and we are back for another week and another show of the Philly Fly Show. Sorry about last week, y'all. Technical random difficulties throughout the week and working and just doing a bunch of just side stuff in my life, and totally was gonna record on Friday, and then I realized I had the Minnesota Gopher game, which was an amazing game. But as I put my buddy has season tickets, so I go to every single home game of the Gophers. But super super fun, super super worth it, and obviously had to cancel the show for the week. But I did put out some pics on my Facebook page out there, the Philly Fly Show. If you haven't subscribed to the Facebook page, I don't have a lot of postings that I haven't figured out what my real goal is, because I don't want to. I like people listening to the podcast, so I don't really want to put out the pics if people just look at the pics and then don't listen to the podcast. But hey, things will happen. Totally under the weather too. Woke up this morning and I can tell I'm getting a cold. Got the tingle in the throat and everything, so my voice is a little off. Just deal with it this week. Hopefully next week I'll be through this thing. I do have some tea over here that if you see me go for, man, it's because my throat's killing me, and I might have to pop in a cough drop so I don't start coughing. But the last time the Philly Flash Show was here, we were at UFC Fight Night, Charles Oliveira versus Matus Gamrot, and I'm not going to go over that because it was 2 weeks ago, and I'm not going to go over any of the fights besides shout out to Charles for doing it for us like I said he would. But not only that, it went 9 for 12. So it was a super, super good week for the Philly Fly Show. But we are here for UFC pay-per-view 321. This is going to be a quicker one because I'm trying to last my voice as quick as I can or as fast as I can. And I'm going to be completely, completely honest with you guys here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights out of the 13 where I marked a 1 on my confidence, because the matchmakers did a very, very good job on this. And it's just all out for a card that is over in England and starts super early. The other reason that this kind of sucks, I'm putting this on a Thursday night. I probably should have did Wednesday night just because it's on Saturday, or the pay-per-view's on Saturday, but 321 starts at 9 a.m. in the morning. So be ready Saturday. You're going to start out 9 a.m. and then by 11 o'clock, college football is going to start. So it's going to mix into college football for me on Saturday. For me personally, so first Saturday I got to work in 6 weeks at my job. I have to work every other weekend, but I've had the last 6 Saturdays off. I actually have to work on Saturday, so I'm going to miss most. I'm not going to be able to analyze most of this card unless I come home and watch it. So that's probably what I will do. I'll watch most of the fights. I probably won't watch every single one. I will admit that, but I'll watch most of them. By the time I'm off, probably the Umar Mario Bautista fight's going to be going on. I'm going to have to find a free stream because I'm not paying money for this pay-per-view just to watch 2 fights. So shout out to UFC for going to Paramount, if I'm not mistaken, the right streaming site. But thank God for going to this new streaming site and having free pay-per-views, because I'm not going to have to worry about paying for this anymore, just like y'all. But this is UFC 321. We got Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. Big, big title fight. I'm just going to jump into match like number 13 here since we're almost 5 minutes in. And we get a strawweight female fight. We get Jacqueline Amorim versus Mizuki. Now, Mizuki's finally coming back after a long, long layoff. It's been like 2 or 3 years since she's last fought. She's supposed to be really, really, really talented and showing this great fighting skill set in MMA, but she hasn't shown it to me to make her the next prospect. Whereas Jacqueline Amora, since she has come in, she's just been a killer. Negative 450 on Jacqueline, Mizuki plus 325. I'm going to go Jacqueline here. If you want to boost the odds to give you some better odds, you could pick a finish. But I'm not going to say a finish, but Jacqueline's going to get her hand raised on Saturday, and it's going to be a good win for her. 3 out of 5 on a confidence level. She can get her hand raised. And if you got a 3 this week, man, it's all on you. Match like number 12, flyweight bout between Azat Moxon versus Mitch Raposo. Now, Mitch is a no slouch fighter for this flyweight division. I see he passes the eye test for me, even though he hasn't got that signature win yet. He's only had like 2 or 3 UFC fights. He's got the skill set to do it. and Azat mocks him. People keep telling me how good he is. He came in 15-0, won his first fight in the UFC, and then hasn't won. He's got 2 decision losses now, so he's got to get back in there and get in that win column. This is a don't bet fight for me, guys. Azad is a -500 and Raposo is a +350 underdog. I don't know which side to go because both guys just haven't had that signature win. In my eyes, Mitch Raposo's got the higher upside in the UFC, but maybe Azat has just fought really, really good competition, and it's just been ugly for him. So we're going to get to see who actually wins on there, but I'm saying don't bet this fight. 1 out of 5 on a confidence level. Azat, though, can get his hand raised after Saturday. Ooh, my voice is already like fading, guys. So we're going to jump into the heavyweight bout here. We got Hamdi Abduwabe. Yes, I'm saying his name right. Hamdi Abduwabe versus Chris Barnett. Chris Barnett's a -350 plus 350 underdog, whereas Hamdi is a -500 favorite. Now, Hamdi's got the skill set to be great in the UFC, but his downfall is he has no head movement defense when he's standing up and fighting with you. He's just looking for the strike to put your lights out, and it's good to have that. But Chris Barnett is a Taekwondo fighter. He could land a head kick out of nowhere. If you see the size of the guy, he'll land a spinning heel kick to you. But my problem with Chris is Chris's weight. I'm sorry, man. That last fight, he tore something in his knee when he threw that spinning heel kick. And it was only because of his weight that it was bad. If he didn't have such, the gut and everything, I think he'd be more flexible. I'm not saying just because he's so big he can't win. What I'm saying is because of his size, those spinning heel kicks to the head or anywhere that he throws them, it could end his night on his own, as we've seen in this last fight. And then Kennedy Zakuka just put his lights out. So for me, I'm picking Hamdi, but I'm not confident in this fight because I don't know if Hamdi's going to keep his chin out. And then Chris Barnett's a great counter striker. That's where the Taekwondo comes in. So it's pretty difficult for me to pick this one, but I'm picking Hamdi to get his hand raised. 1 out of 5 on the confidence level. He gets his hand raised. Now, matchup number 10 is a don't blink style fight. There's so many don't blinks on here where I'm not going to say this every fight, and I'm not going to say this for most of these fights. But Nathaniel Wood versus Jose Miguel Delgado. Delgado has got that scary skill set that people are just scared of. Those hands are dangerous, and he can grapple. That's the skill set everybody is scared of in MMA. Well, Nathaniel Wood has a lot of experience in MMA, grappling, striking, and doing all this dirty stuff. He's very, very top prospect in the featherweight division, just like Jose, but Nathaniel Wood's got fights behind him now, so he's more of a veteran, I guess you should say, and I think that's going to be where Delgado slouches. He's just not had enough fights under his belt in the UFC and faced stiff competition enough to do this. I'm picking Nathaniel Wood. He's a +125 underdog, whereas Miguel Delgado, or Jose Miguel Delgado, is a -150 favorite. So Wood gets the win. Like I said, I just think he's more well-rounded, and it's just going to be perfect. And mainly, Delgado's not been tested. So once he gets tested, I want to see what he does. If he pulls out a win here against Nathaniel Wood in a big victory, Delgado might be one of those next featherweights to pay attention to. But Nathaniel Wood, 1 out of 5 on the confidence level. He gets his hand raised. Heavyweight bout for this next one, and I never say this, and I really shouldn't, but we got Walter Walker versus Louis Sutherland, +310 on Louis, -425 on Walker. I swear Louis making his UFC debut. I'd have to go fact check that to fully say it, but I feel like he is. Whereas Walter Walker, if you haven't watched any of his fights recently, dude is submitting people in ways that you're just not normal to seeing in at the heavyweight. I'd like to see him stand and bang a little bit and see if he's got the striking to be one of these elite heavyweights. Because if he doesn't have the striking, these elite heavyweights, once you get to the top, they can grapple enough to stop some of these submissions. But like I said, he's been pulling off some crazy ones. So I'm picking Walter Walker, and I'd probably put the house on it, guys. Walter Walker is got the skill set to beat people. I just want to see the striking. I really want to see striking on him. All right, we'll move to a lightweight bout here in match like number 8. Ludovic Klein versus Matus Rebecki. Matus is a plus 120 underdog, whereas Ludovic Klein's a negative 140 favorite. These guys are going to stand and bang in this fight, guys. This is going to be a stand-up more fight. Ludovic Klein's boxing is just above par on most lightweights. Rebecki, though, Rebecki just he stands in there and will fight a dirty fight with you and will take every one of your shots and just keep throwing. So Ludovic's got to be on point and put those shots on the jaw and actually put Rebecki out, because that's the only way you're going to beat this guy. If it goes to a decision, Rebecki's got a shot at winning. But I don't like the odds on here. I feel like the odds should be just a little different. I think Klein's not getting the full respect that he needs to at the negative 140, but Rebecki, man, he can fight, man. So it's going to be a great fight. I'm picking Ludovic Klein to get his win here with that negative 140, and it's only a 1 out of 5 on that confidence level that he can get his hand raised. These two are very close in the lightweight division. It's going to be a great fight. Match like number 7 here is a middleweight bout between Ikram Aliskerov versus Young Ho Park. Young Ho Park is a plus 200 underdog, whereas Ikram is a negative 250 favorite dog. Ikram got knocked out bad against Robert Whittaker, and that just is what replays in my mind. And so when he won his last fight in the fashion that he did, it reminded me that he does have skill. It's just because sometimes that competition jump is just too much for you. Now, Young Ho Park is not a slouch, so that guy's got power behind his hands. Great counter striker. The problem for Ikram is he needs to lead the dance against Park to win, and Park could just counter strike and just put his lights out. So I'm going with the advantage here that I think on paper, and it's not a Aliskerov. I'm going Young Ho Park with that plus 200. Yes, it's only a 1 out of 5 on the confidence level that he gets his hand raised on Saturday, but dude has power in those hands, and like I said, Aliskerov needs to lead that dance to win that fight. So picking Park there with the counter strike, and I'm not confident on it. All right, feature prelim bout of the evening. We'll get back to the lightweight division. This is a good fight here. Nasrat Hakparas versus Quillen Skull Kid. Skull Kid is got the skill to be he's one of the top prospects in the lightweight division. Now, he didn't look as good in his last fight compared to his first fight. Yes, he ended his first fight in 19 seconds, so that's kind of why he looked so good. But the power, the striking, and the display of when an MMA fighter gets the better of you is what I liked about Skull Kid's last fight. Now, Hakparas, dude, that guy has been in the UFC for so long, and he is just one of those brilliant fighters. He'll point fight you. He can knock you out. I feel like he's got some ground game, but I don't know if it's a submission style ground game or if he's just got good grappling defense. Hakparas is a negative 105. Technically a pick 'em here, and then Skull Kid is a negative 115. I kept saying Skull Kid, man. I'll play Majora's Mask recently, and Skull Kid. I don't know why that popped up. It's Sulk Lid. Quillen, we're just gonna call him Quillen for the rest of this first name. Quillen is a negative 115 pick 'em, and Hakparas negative 105. I call him pick 'em. Ooh, I'm picking Hakparas to get his hand raised. I just think it's going to be too much of a skill set jump for Quillen. I love Quillen. I think he's the next thing in MMA, and especially a lightweight. But man, he's got a tough fight on Saturday, and I don't think he gets it. He wins on Saturday in good fashion. Decision win won't put him above the top like I think it will, but a good finish on Saturday, Quillen will hype his name up real far. All right, we're getting to the main card of the evening. My voice is killing me. My body feels like that. Can't wait to be done with this and lay in bed. Matchup number 5 is a light heavyweight bout between Alexander Rashik and Asmat Merkinov. Now, Asmat is there is no negative 115 favorite. Asmat is negative 110 pick'em. Alexander Rakic negative 110 pick'em. Rakic has to lead the dance. I know I just kind of said this with Aliskerov, but it's the same skill set as everyone else. He can counter strike a little a little better than what I would say Ludovic Klein can. But Rashik is on a 3-fight lose streak. Rashik needs to get his name back out there. And Azmat is just a killer. Every single time I've doubted him, because he's 15-0, and I've doubted him like 3 times, dude has knocked out the fighter that I've doubted him on. And it's not like I'm just flipping that way because that's what's happened. He has shown me his skill set in counter striking. And if Rashik is behind on points and likes to lead the dance, and he's on a 3-fight lose streak, yeah, I'm going to Azmat because I think he gets a knockout on Saturday. I would put a single pick down and put Azmat with a finish on Saturday. Get your odds even better up there. You'll probably get them at plus 210, if not higher. So, and that's 3 out of 5 on the confidence level. Woo, we got a 3 out of 5. Woo! All right. Matchup number 4 is a heavyweight bout between Alexander Volkov and Jailton Almeida. Jailton Almeida is a negative 200 favorite. Volkov is a negative 170 underdog, or plus 170 underdog. Dang, man. Why are they doing my guy Volkov like that? Like, dude won his last fight that he got called a loss by the judges, but it was a total robbery, and he got paid big money for it as a win because Dana White knew he won. And you're going to fight Jailton Almeida. Now, Jailton is a great grappler, great offensive grappler. What happens, though, when he fought a defensive guy who can has great grappling defense and above par, probably on his level? Oh, he looked like a slouch and got knocked out and finished because he couldn't do anything. Well, you're fighting Volkov on Saturday. Great grappling defense and probably some of the scariest heavyweight hands for power-wise to fight. Yeah, I'm picking the underdog here. We're going with Volkov. Volkov's getting a finish on Saturday. I don't think Almeida and him match up very well at all. Volkov with the big W on Saturday. 3 out of 5 on the confidence level that he gets his hand raised. Bantamweight bout here. Do not like this bout for this reason. Umar Nurmagomedov versus Mario Bautista. Bautista plus 500. Yes, that's the part I don't like. Negative 800 on Nurmagomedov. Come on, man. Nurmagomedov is a good fighter. He has fought great fights, and he looks very good. But when you shut his grappling down like Merab did, that's the game plan. Yeah, it sounds very easy. It's not going to be that easy. But Mario Bautista is a grappler, too. He's more of a dirty boxing MMA style striker, which is what Merab kind of is. Oh, wait. Yeah? Mario's on an 8-fight win streak? Yeah? Oh, and Umar just is coming off a loss. And in the press conference, dude goes, Dana, make this #1 contender fight. Dana literally looked at him and goes, yeah, dude, you're going to have to put on a performance for me to make you a #1 contender because you just lost for the title. Oh, okay. And he gets all excited like he's going to get an automatic title shot if he wins on Saturday. No, you got to put on a performance, dude, and you're not going to outperform Mario Bautista. So if you already know what I'm going to pick, Mario Bautista on Saturday, single pick, plus 500. He's getting that W. He is literally going to beat Umar, and we're going to expose the Umar Nurmagomedov fans because he's got that last name. Just because that's why people love him. No, you ain't getting a win on Saturday. You're getting your ass kicked by Mario. 1 out of 5 on the confidence level on that one, though. Umar is a great fighter, and Mario has come up short before, but not against this type of fighter. Mario's getting that W, guys. Oof. This one, Dean Thomas. I can't hold it back. Dean Thomas, guy on UFC. I respected him all the way up until this fight that he talked about today. He called this the most non-interesting title fight of all time. Dean, when did you fight for the title? Dean? Oh, that's right. You didn't. Don't talk about title fighters like that, especially because you don't respect Verna Gimbroda. I know that's one of your main reasons. You don't respect Mackenzie Dern. They're literally in the top 5. Top 5 fighters. Champion, vacated belt, so they pick the girls on the up-and-coming girls who've been working their way up to the title fight. either one of these girls could have had the next title shot. You could have gave it to either one. They would have won. This is not the most uninteresting fight. This is called moving the division forward. Something I don't think you understand. Dean Thomas, you have a slouch take and one of those just, ugh. Don't listen to Dean Thomas. He's an idiot. All right, strawweight female fight. Verna Jimbrota versus Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern is a negative 150 favorite. Verna Jimbrota plus 125. You can go whatever route you want on this, guys. My voice is about to go out if you can't tell. But Mackenzie Dern has a well-rounded skill set that people don't talk about. She's lost fights because of her gas tank. Her gas tank is definitely her biggest issue, but it only becomes an issue after 2 rounds. Yes, this is a 5-round fight. I understand that. Verna Jimbrota, though, has only been in 3-round fights recently. Her last 5-round fight was like 5 years ago, and it was against another fighter on this card that I can't remember which one. Mizuki. Mizuki and her fought a long time ago. But Verna Jimbrota, she looks for you to make a mistake. Again, something she could capitalize on Mackenzie. But she's not that type of striker to do it. She'll throw things and throw them hard, but she's not the type that you got to be like outrageously scared for it. Whereas Mackenzie's hands, you got to watch out for because she'll put you out. And they come at you. She can grapple, so if it goes to the ground, she knows what to do and what not to do. The only problem I see in this fight is if Verna Jimbrota jumps on her back early. That's my only problem with Mackenzie Dern in this fight. Because Mackenzie's known to make a mistake. My deciding factor on this, though, came down to the hands, and I think Mackenzie Dern's striking is going to be too much for Verna. And I think Mackenzie's going to get a finish here on Saturday. I really, really believe that. I don't think Jimbrota could beat her in a TKO style finish. It'll only be a submission. I think Mackenzie could do it either way. So watch for that on Saturday. It's only a 1 out of 5 on the confidence level. She can get the title on Saturday for Mackenzie Dern. Whatever way you want to bet on that one. But this next one, this is a big one, guys. Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. For the no, it's not inaugural, my bad. For Tom Aspinall's first title defense. Tom is a negative 400 favorite, whereas Ciryl Gane's a plus 300 underdog. Dude, there is, to me, no way that Ciryl wins on Saturday. Just no way that guy wins. You can argue striking all you want and that speed, but Tom is so much faster than what people give him credit for. Tom is so well-rounded, so you're not going to see. Ciryl's not going to try to take him down, obviously, because he's a striker. But if it goes to the ground, it's over. Ciryl cannot defend. We've seen that before against a lot of other fighters, too. Not a lot of fighters, but other grappling fighters have beaten Ciryl. It's not a good matchup for Ciryl whatsoever. Tom Aspinall, pick him to win on Saturday. Pick him to get the finish because dude's got it. And I don't see anyone beating him at heavyweight right now. There's only one person who I think beats him at heavy. Well, there are 2 people who could beat him at heavyweight, but one that's an actual heavyweight, aka John Bones Jones. The other one would be, I'd like to see him and Alex Pereira. I'm jumping on that card. I kind of hope that ends up being the UFC White House card because Tom versus Alex is just banger city, and that'd be great. But we're here for Tom and Ciryl on Saturday. If Ciryl wins, I'd clap, because you want to talk about getting John Jones back in the UFC. Ciryl wins, he's coming back because he'll take that title real quick and he'll shove it to Tom. I know that's just how dude's envious, man. Dude is just envious. All right, y'all. Philly Fly Show is out. We got a show next week too. I'm pretty sure I'll have a show next week. If not, it's the week after. But my voice is killing me. I'm out. Shout out to Right Way Production Studios for always making this happen. Peace out. See y'all next week.